The estimate at complete for time uses historical schedule performance to estimate project duration. The estimate can be used to assess the feasibility of plan duration. Further, the estimate can be placed within a variance, a range of likely values. To calculate the estimate, we need base data. Get the plan value, get the earn value. Calculate the earn schedule. Calculate the schedule performance index for time. Next, calculate the estimate at complete for time. To start, choose the best formula. Here are the selection rules. Check the schedule performance index for time. Is there some separation between the values and the nominal value of 1.0? For the example, the answer is yes. Is the variation in values across periods not large? For the example, the answer is no. The values start at 0 and climb well above 90%. In this case, the variance is large. Therefore, use the new formula for the estimate at complete for time. That is, take the value of the actual time, find the difference between the plan duration and the earn schedule, divide the difference by a performance factor, and add the results back into the actual time. To get the best results, use a performance factor equal to 1. Applying the formula to the example gives us these results. Now, graph the measurements. Set the scale to the maximum of either the plan duration or the largest estimate, whichever is greater. Plot the observed values of the estimate. How do we interpret the graph? Set a benchmark for comparison. Use the plan duration. From that benchmark, set threshold values. Common thresholds are 10% above and below the plan duration. Note that in this example, the current estimate does not breach a threshold. Is there a trend? Yes, but the trend is not approaching a threshold. There's one more thing to consider. The estimate at complete for time uses current performance to estimate future duration. But what about performance in earlier periods? And what about the performance impacts of risks and external factors? The estimate at complete for time is only one of a range of likely values, and it might be that there's a breach by one of those values. A separate video describes how to set and use the variance. For the example, the estimate at complete for time, thresholds, and trends do not call for action. Before making a final decision, keep that variance in mind. Let's sum up the new estimate at complete for time. It estimates duration based on current schedule performance. It applies when the schedule performance index for time either stays close to the nominal value of 1.0 or diverges a lot over time. It's not in the middle ground between those two extremes. A threshold breach calls for action because plan duration is at risk. In the absence of a breach, the variance of likely values comes into play. For a step-by-step how-to on this topic, and for other topics related to earn schedule, here are some references.